नेपाली मनको एउटै आवाज सामुदायिक रेडियो पश्चिम आवाज 104.7 मेगाहर्ज।
हामी पढ्छौं, हामी लेख्छौं, हामी अघि बढ्छौं, ठुलो भाइ बोली हामी देशलाई सिंगार्छौं।
कोभिड-19 ले गर्दा घरमै बसेका विद्यार्थीहरूका लागि लम्की चुहा नगरपालिका संघको सहकारीमा अब रेडियो मार्फत घरमै बसेर पढ्नुहोस्।
हामी पढ्छौं, हामी लेख्छौं,
कार्यक्रम रेडियो स्कुल।
ठुलो भाइ बोली हामी देशलाई सिंगार्छौं।
अब प्रत्येक दिन बिहान 7 बजेदेखि 10:30 बजेसम्म हाम्रो मालिका एफएम 99 मेगाहर्ज, एफएम रेडियो स्टार 95.3 मेगाहर्ज र सामुदायिक रेडियो पश्चिम आवाज 104.7 मेगाहर्जमा एक साथ कार्यक्रम रेडियो स्कुल। कक्षा 8 का लागि सामुदायिक रेडियो पश्चिम आवाज 104.7 मेगाहर्ज। विषय विज्ञान बिहान 8 बजेदेखि 8:30 बजेसम्म। विषय गणित बिहान 8:30 देखि 9 बजेसम्म। विषय अंग्रेजी बिहान 9:15 देखि 9:45 बजेसम्म। कक्षा 9 का लागि एफएम रेडियो स्टार 95.3 मेगाहर्ज। विषय विज्ञान बिहान 7 बजेदेखि 7:30 बजेसम्म। विषय गणित बिहान 7:40 देखि 8:15 सम्म। विषय अंग्रेजी बिहान 8:25 देखि 9 बजेसम्म। कक्षा 10 का लागि हाम्रो मालिका एफएम 99 मेगाहर्ज। विषय विज्ञान बिहान 9 बजेदेखि 9:30 बजेसम्म। विषय गणित बिहान 9:30 देखि 10 बजेसम्म। विषय अंग्रेजी बिहान 10 बजेदेखि 10:30 बजेसम्म। लामो समयदेखि विद्यालय जान नपाएर घरमै बसेका विद्यार्थीहरूका लागि यो सुवर्ण अवसर। त्यसैले विद्यार्थी तथा अभिभावकहरू बिहान 7 बजेदेखि बिहान 10:30 बजेसम्म रेडियो खोलेर बस्नुहोस् र अध्ययन गर्नुहोस्।
Good morning, all of you, dear my students of class 8. I am your teacher Jamuna Adhikari Khanal here. Dear students, today's new topics for you. Okay, you need to listening topics. Listening, you have to listen the voice of native speaker. Then after listening this voice, then you have to complete the exercise given below. Page number 19, unit 2.
नमस्कार, कार्यक्रम रेडियो स्कुलमा यहाँलाई हार्दिक स्वागत छ। लम्की चुहा नगरपालिका शिक्षा शाखाको सहयोगमा सामुदायिक रेडियो पश्चिम आवाज 104.7 मेगाहर्ज लम्की कैलालीद्वारा यस क्षेत्रका विद्यार्थीहरूका लागि शैक्षिक विकासमा टेवा पुर्याउने उद्देश्यले यो कार्यक्रम प्रसारण गरिएको हो। कोभिड-19 का कारण लामो समयदेखि विद्यालय जान नपाएर घरमै बसिरहनु परेको अवस्थालाई मध्यनजर गर्दै लम्की चुहा नगरपालिका शिक्षा शाखाको सहकारीमा सामुदायिक रेडियो पश्चिम आवाजले उत्पादन गरेको यो कार्यक्रम प्रत्येक दिन बिहान 8 बजेदेखि 10 बजेसम्म विद्यार्थीहरूका लागि तयार गरिएको हो। कार्यक्रममा हामी कक्षा 8 को अनिवार्य विज्ञान, अंग्रेजी र गणित विषयको अध्यापन गराउनेछौँ। अब प्रस्तुत छ कक्षा 8 को अंग्रेजी विषयको आजको कक्षा।
students, welcome to the virtual English class produced by the Center for Writings. So what are they? What are the names of those plays and poems? Can you name some? Okay, I'll help you here with some works of him. So what is the name of this person first? Can you tell me? Okay, yes, you're right. His name is William Shakespeare. Right. Let's see his works. Hamlet, one of the best work. Macbeth, King Lear, Romeo and Juliet, and Othello. These are some greatest tragedies by him, right? So he also wrote some comedies and historical dramas. So we are going to listen to a text today, and it is about his one of the comedy book, or the drama of comedy. The name of the book is The Merchant of Venice. Okay, so let's see other works as well before we listen to the text. So these are some comedies. If you like to see his works, there are some more others too, but these are some of the well-known, best-known works by William Shakespeare. So you can read it like As You Like It, Comedy of Errors, Merchant of Venice, Midsummer Night's Dream, Much Ado About Nothing, and Histories, Henry IV Part 1, Henry IV Part 2, and some tragedies like Hamlet, Julius Caesar, King Lear, Macbeth, Othello, Romeo and Juliet. Okay, these are just the information for you. You don't need to memorize these names. Alright, students, so we are going to look at the exercise now. What is there in your exercise is that you have to study the given, some clues of the text, and you have to supply the information by listening to the text. So there are the clues like name of the book, author, date of publication, name of the moneylender, Antonio's friend, relationship between Portia and Bassanio. Okay, we will hear all the information in the listening text. So please keep in your mind, what is the name of the book, who is the author, and what is the date of publication. When the publication means when the book came or released. The name of the moneylender means the person who gives money, and Antonio's friend, and what is the relationship between Portia and Bassanio. Okay, these are very new names for you. You can listen to the audio text clearly or carefully, and then you will understand the whole story, and it will be easier for you to understand. So let me play an audio file for you. So let's think of the clues and get the information for supplying in these blanks. Okay, so are you ready, students? Okay, let's listen to the audio.
2. Listen about the play The Merchant of Venice by William Shakespeare.
Certainly one of my favorite books is The Merchant of Venice, and it's by William Shakespeare. It is believed to have been written between 1596 and 1598. It is classified as a comedy. It is a love story between Bassanio and Portia. When Bassanio asks for money, Antonio borrows it from Shylock upon the condition that if he is unable to repay the money at the specified date, Shylock may take £1 of Antonio's flesh. Then he gives it to his friend Antonio. Unfortunately, he cannot repay it on time. Shylock asks for flesh, but he is accused of criminal activity because of the nature of the contract. Finally, Shylock is punished. I like this play very much.
Okay, you have listened to the audio file, and you got so many information, right? What is the name of the book? Yes, you know that, right? The name of the book, as we already mentioned, one of the comedy by William Shakespeare is the Merchant of Venice. Alright? So let me show you. Yes, the Merchant of Venice. And who is the author? Definitely the author we are talking about. We already watched his picture as well. So he is William Shakespeare. Yes, you are quite right. Now you are a little bit confused, I think, with the date of publication and about the story or the plot of the drama or the play. Now let me play the audio text once again so you can complete the other rest of the blanks. Alright students, are you ready? Okay, please have a look at the information there. Date of publication once again, name of the moneylender and Antonio's friend and relationship between Portia and Bassanio. Alright, okay, let me play the audio again.
Me2. Listen about the play The Merchant of Venice by William Shakespeare.
And it's by William Shakespeare. It is believed to have been written between 1596 and 1598. It is classified as a comedy. It is a love story between Bassanio and Portia. When Bassanio asks for money, Antonio borrows it from Shylock upon the condition that if he is unable to repay the money at the specified date, Shylock may take a pound of Antonio's flesh. Then he gives it to his friend Antonio. Unfortunately, he cannot repay it on time. Shylock, but he is accused of criminal activity because of the nature of the contract. Finally, Shylock is punished. I like this play very much.
The audio, and we got the more information from the audio text, right? So what was the date of publication? It was 1596. In between 1596 to what was that another date? 1598. Let's see. Yes, it was between 1596 and 1598. During this period, this book was written. We have no fixed date available, so it is the period when it was written. Okay, so another information was that who is the moneylender? So moneylender was Shylock, right? And who is Antonio's friend? Antonio's friend was Bassanio. Yes. And what is the relationship between Portia and Bassanio? They are lovers, right? They love each other, they like each other, and they are ready to get married, right? Yes. So we can say they are lovers. Okay. This is the information that we need to supply here in these blanks. Now we have another exercise for the listening for the same text. So let's look at the text. Okay, this is the text, or we can say that this is a review of a book, The Merchant of Venice by William Shakespeare. So once again, you are listening to the same audio file and you have to complete these blanks with the necessary information. Alright students, are you ready for this? Okay, then let's listen to the audio file again, and please go through the text, follow the audio file, and you can get the information there. Alright students, let's listen to it.
Me2. Listen about the play The Merchant of Venice by William Shakespeare.
Is The Merchant of Venice, and it's by William Shakespeare. It is believed to have been written between 1596 and 1598. It is classified as a comedy. It is a love story between Bassanio and Portia. When Bassanio asks for money, Antonio borrows it from Shylock upon the condition that if he is unable to repay the money at the specified date, Shylock may take a pound of Antonio's flesh. Then he gives it to his friend Antonio. Unfortunately, he cannot repay it on time. Shylock asks for flesh, but he is accused of criminal activity because of the nature of the contract. Finally, Shylock is punished. I like this play very much.
Okay, that was the audio file, and you got a whole story about the Merchant of Venice, right? So what was there? Did you get the idea of what was there in the story? Before that, let's supply the information for some of the blanks here. So the books that the narrator or the reviewer is talking about is his favorite book, and it is by, we already know that it is by William Shakespeare, and it is written between, we also already have got the date that between 1596 to 1598, right? So it is classified as what kind of story?
Me too. Listen about the play The Merchant of Venice by William Shakespeare.
Is The Merchant of Venice, and it's by William Shakespeare. It is believed to have been written between 1596 and 1598. It is classified as a comedy. It is a love story between Bassanio and Portia. When Bassanio asks for money, Antonio borrows it from Shylock upon the condition that if he is unable to repay the money at the specified date, Shylock may take £1 of Antonio's flesh. Then he gives it to his friend, Antonio. Unfortunately, he cannot repay it on time. Shylock asks for flesh, but he is accused of criminal activity because of the nature of the contract. Finally, Shylock is punished. I like this play very much.
I said comedy, tragedy, history. What kind of is it? As I said earlier, it is a comedy. So what is there in the plot of the story? I'm going to explain it to you before we listen to it for the last time. Okay, students? So let's talk about the plot. Plot means the story in a, or a story or events in a novel or story or drama. So let me explain to you, right? So the name of the book is The Merchant of Venice. And the main characters are Antonio. Alright? Antonio, and Antonio is a merchant of Venice. And he has a friend whose name is Bassanio. Right, students? And Bassanio loves Portia. Are you getting me, students? Antonio is a merchant, and he has a friend Bassanio, and Bassanio loves Portia. And Bassanio wants some money to get to the city of where Portia is living, and Antonio does not have much money at that time because he has invested in his business. So he borrows money from another moneylender or businessman, Shylock. Okay, Shylock. So he borrows money. He is the moneylender. Okay, Shylock is the moneylender to Antonio, and Antonio is going to borrow the money and lend it to his friend. All right, and there is a condition. Okay, in between them, there is a condition that if Antonio is unable to repay the money, unable to repay, he has to give £1 of flesh to Shylock. This is a comedy, so the things that is dealt here is also a little bit comic, because instead of money, someone is asking a piece of flesh from someone. Okay, so this is a kind of comedy, and Antonio has to give his flesh instead of money if he is unable to pay on time. That is the condition. And unfortunately, what happens? He gets lost in his business. His ship wrecks, and then what happens is that Shylock knows that he cannot repay it, and he demands his place instead of the money. And later, Portia, as a disguised lawyer in a court, she blames Shylock for the conspiracy or the criminal activity, and finally Shylock is punished and Antonio is released, and he is not, and he does not have to repay the money. So this is how the plot goes in the story, or in this drama, or the comedy, in this comedy. So let's now try to imagine that story and fill in the blanks. Alright students, let's look at the story again. It's a love story between, who is the lover? Yes, he is, I already told you, Bassanio. Okay, let's listen to the audio file once again for the last time and complete the information. Okay students, are you ready? Okay, let's listen to it.
Me too. Listen about the play The Merchant of Venice by William Shakespeare.
And it's by William Shakespeare. It is believed to have been written between 1596 and 1598. It is classified as a comedy. It is a love story between Bassanio and Portia. When Bassanio asks Antonio if he is unable to repay the money at the specified date, Shylock then he gives it to his friend Antonio. Unfortunately, he cannot repay it on time. Shylock, he is accused of criminal activity because of the nature of the contract. Finally, Shylock is punished. I like this play very much.
It is a love story between, who is the person? Who is the lover of Portia? He is Bassanio, definitely. Yes. When Bassanio asks for money, Antonio lends it from where does he get the money? As I told, he gets money from Shylock because he does not have money at that time to give to his friend Bassanio, right? So upon the condition that if he is unable to repay the money at that specified date, Shylock may take a pound of Antonio's. What do you think here? What does he demand from Antonio if he is unable to repay? It is the flesh. Okay, then he gives it to his friend Antonio. Unfortunately, he cannot repay it on time. Shylock asks for flesh, but he is accused of what kind of activity? Criminal activity, right? And because of the nature of the contract, finally Shylock gets punished. Okay, these are the information that we need to supply in these blank spaces, and this is the solution for your listening activities. Now we are going to move to the another topic or another question, that is activate yourself from exercise C, and it tells you to work.
Okay, dear students. About the William Shakespeare listening and below completed. The name of book we completed, author's name, date of publication, name of the month, have come to learn. We have some new experience about the listen.
आदरणीय श्रोता, तपाईले अहिले सुन्नुभयो अनिवार्य अंग्रेजी विषयको कक्षा 8 को आजको कक्षा। लम्की चुहा नगरपालिका संघको सहकार्यमा सामुदायिक रेडियो पश्चिम आवाज 104.7 मेगाहर्जले उत्पादन गरेको यो कार्यक्रम प्रत्येक दिन तपाईले यसै समयमा सुन्दै आइरहनु भएको छ। भोलि नयाँ कक्षाका साथ उपस्थित हुनेछौं। आजका लागि कार्यक्रम रेडियो स्कुलबाट हामी सबै बिदा हुन्छौं। नमस्कार।
आदर्शी ढाका एन्ड कलेक्सन